you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. I have a 110 welder here we're going to be reviewing. This is made by Hitbox. It is the HBM 145 welder. This is a 110 welder, so it'll work on 110 volts. You don't have to have 220 for this thing. This is a stick welder, MIG welder, or TIG welder. So this is actually a pretty cool little machine. They're going to give you an owner's manual with your welder. Make sure you go over this, understand it before you get started, because I only give you the basics in the video. You're going to get a 1 pound spool of MIG wire for your machine, easy to set up, not too hard to set up. And then you're going to get some extra tips for your welder, which really come in handy when you get them things burn up. You got a few extra tips. They're going to give you, looks to be about 5 welding rods here that you can use. A small wire brush hammer type tool for breaking that slag off. Also, you get your ground wire. You're going to get your, this is for your stick welding. You're going to get your torch for your stick welding, and your torch for your MIG welder. Now, I don't see anything here that goes with the TIG welder, but I'm sure this Hitbox company offers all the stuff you need to set this up for TIG welding too. We're going to get this thing set up, do a little bit of welding with it, and give you an honest review on this product. Now, just a little while back, the same company sent me out a helmet. And I did a review for Amazon on this helmet, and I'll be honest with you, I love the helmet. And they asked me if I'd like to review one of their welders, and I said yes. So I'm going to grab their helmet. I'm going to show you that helmet also. Okay, this is the welding helmet that they had sent me. Now, this is made by Hitbox. This is the HT111 helmet. I really like this helmet because it has the dial on the side that you can darken it and lighten it, which really come in handy. And as you guys know, I was teaching Julie how to weld, and she had a little bit of issue not being able to see. It was too dark in my helmet. It was just too dark for her. So something like this would be great for her. That way she can turn it up and down to her liking. But it has been a good helmet. So we're going to leave a link in the description below for the welder and the helmet. But first, we want to get our review finished and see how this guy actually works. So I'm going to go ahead and get it set up, and we'll do a little bit of welding with it. Okay, when you get your machine set up and plugged in, you can do your setting right here. This is your setting mark, and you can set it on stick weld, TIG weld, MIG weld, or spool weld. So you can change that by just pushing that, and it'll turn it to TIG welder, MIG welding, and spool welding. So I'm going to set it on this one right here for stick welder, and you will have to adjust your heat as you go. So you just want to practice a little bit, get the feel of the welder, because every welder is different. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of stick welding with this and see how it works. We'll go ahead and hook our ground up. We're just going to be welding on some flat steel here just to get the feel of the welder. We'll turn it down just a little bit. Much better, much better. It'll take a little bit of practicing before you can get good at it, but you just got to practice. Oh yeah, it wouldn't take long, and you could do some pretty nice little welds with this little welder. Now, I have to be honest with you guys, I don't stick weld very much at all. But it is stick welding. It looks like it's doing a pretty good job. It's not too bad. Not too bad for my first try with this machine. So we're going to set up the MIG welder, and then we're going to see how that works. Okay, our welder's all set up for MIG welding now. All your information for setting this thing up is right in here in your operating instructions. It's all in here. Go over that, like I said, and understand it before you get started, because it's pretty simple, actually. Everything about this machine right now, so far, has been pretty simple. So we're just going to go ahead and try to put a bead down here and see how this thing welds. Well, so far, that's pretty daggone good. That's actually a pretty good weld there. That's not that bad. I think I got it set a little high. We'll turn it down a little bit and we'll put another one on here. Another nice weld. I'm telling you, these little machines amaze me how well they work. I don't know how they do it. We're going to try to weld a piece of metal to that. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with it. I really enjoy using these little 110 welders. They don't take a lot of power and they work great. It's just fun welding with them. Let's weld this little bolt to this thing. See how that works. I'll tack it first. And we'll weld it. Jeez. That's a pretty good little weld around there. That worked really well. I'm liking it. Okay, you guys seen it weld. I'm not really that good with the stick welder. I have to be honest with you. Most of the stuff I've done in the last 20 years have been all MIG welding. I haven't even picked up a stick welder since I got these. But I can be honest with you. These things got a lot of power for a little machine. They pack one heck of a punch, I'll tell you. They got plenty of power. If you know how to stick weld, you can stick weld with this thing with no problem. Now, the MIG welder, that's my thing. I love the MIG weld. I do it all the time. This machine also, you can set it up to TIG weld. If you get a hold of the company, I'm sure they'll set you up with everything you need to do your TIG welding with this machine also. Good little machine. Now, it did have a little bit of pulsating in there. You could hear it when I was welding. Didn't affect the way I was welding. I think the machine's getting broke in because the last weld that I did there, it seemed to go really smooth. And I think that might be, I might have that a little too tight in there, or a little too loose or something. And you can adjust that from the inside. So that might take that away for you. So pretty good little welder, especially if you're just getting started out and you don't want to spend big money on a big welder. I think this might be your ticket to learn how to weld. Get something like this and practice with it and get to using it and see if you like even welding. That's the thing. Some people got it, some people don't. Now, like I said earlier in the video, they sent me out the helmet. Now, you can pick up the helmet also when you get your welder. I'll leave a link in the description for the helmet, which is a great little helmet. I do like the adjustment on the side. That's pretty cool. And for a beginner, you'll be able to adjust that down so you can see a little better. But you want to keep it as dark as you can. You don't want to stare at that light, that's for sure. So I'll leave a link in the description for the welder and the helmet. If you're interested, go check them out. They're very inexpensive compared to some of the commercial welders. This is a good little welder. I think this will do good in a small shop. So I would like to tell everyone thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or a comment if you'd like. Until next time.